Hello, everybody. Once again, it is that guy you hate with another month of election goodness. We're actually got a lot to go through, so we're going to go right into it. We're going to start with updates on the Florida and Wisconsin Supreme Court issues. In Florida District 1, that's primary for House seat, congressional House seat. Special primary election for U.S. Florida District 1. It's been Republican since 1995. This time it's going to be Jimmy Patronis for the Republicans and Miss Gay Valamont for the Democrats. Miss Gay Valamont tells supporters she's already raised $6.7 million to flip the seat that Matt Gaetz had. Now, that is a lot of money for a just tiny House seat in Florida, because someone somewhere thankfully have realized the stakes of what's going on down there. Florida District 6. Florida is being Florida in this one. Special primary election for U.S. House Florida District 6. It's been Republican since '89. The last guy who had it, Walz, not Waltz, the one we liked, Walz, the one we don't want. He won 2/3 of the vote the last election that was had for that seat. So that one has a little bit higher chance of turning around, because all over the country you're seeing 15 to 20 point swings everywhere when Trump is not on the ballot. So it's not good, but there's still a chance down there. Now, this one is Mr. Randy Fine for the Republicans and Josh Wheel for the Democrats. Florida is being Florida here. Mr. Randy Fine called for the arrest of his opponent, Josh Wheel, because his campaign had a contractor that hired a guy that stole a bike and handed out campaign flyers with it. On what charges Fine thinks Wheel can be charged with, nobody knows. But apparently the Republican contender wants his Democrat opponent arrested because 6 degrees of separation, some guy stole a bike to hand out pro-Wheel flyers. Florida. If you'd like to know more about either of those two, sources right there. Moving on to the Wisconsin Supreme Court. This race is supposed to be nonpartisan, but you wouldn't know it by reading into it. Musk and Republicans are backing Brad Schmel so far with roughly $10 million as of the taping of this here. And Schmel, who doesn't take it too seriously despite Musk having a case going before that very Supreme Court over the banning of Tesla dealerships in that state. So, considering what's happening with Teslas right now, Muskie would love that income right now. Schmel would not step back from taking that case, despite the large influx of money he's gotten from Musk. George Soros, the eternal boogeyman of the right, is backing Susan Crawford, but reports say that he's only donated about $1 million. Just $1 million. The big deal about this is that we need that state to maintain its 4-3 majority for Democrats. If it starts going for the Republicans, every good thing you've heard come out of Wisconsin for the last dozen years or so, it's going to go downhill fast. And currently, polls show a 47-47 split, depending on which poll you decide to trust, if any of them. None of them are showing too big a swing in either direction. It's considered the first really big election since November, so this is going to be a barometer and a flag for everything that comes after this. It's going to really set the tone. They had a debate, Crawford and Schmel, and shockingly enough, they don't like each other very much. When asked if he'd be a Trump lapdog, Schmel obviously denied it, but the Wisconsin Examiner reported earlier this very month that Schmel suggested to canvassers himself that he would be a support network for the president. On top of that, a Monday town hall billed as a get out the vote effort for Schmel will be co-hosted by Donald Trump Jr. And we're not done. And political activist Charlie Kirk. He also stated in 2014 in an interview with Eye on Kenosha that he'd have defended the interracial marriage ban back in the 1950s and that he's personally against gay marriage. He is the quintessential modern Republican at this point. He defended those ideas by saying that he was going for the position of Attorney General at the time. And he believed that the job of Attorney General was not to challenge the laws, but to defend them, even if they made no sense and he'd regret it later. Those ideas were the status quo of the time, and then those should be defended in that case. As far as controversy on the Crawford side, apparently she was temporarily on a conference call that included redistricting decisions, but she claims that she was off the call before that part happened. She says that she was only on that call to introduce herself and explain why she was running at the time. So you have eternal controversy over here and a little bit over here, and you know as well as I do, they're going to be treated like they're right here. So, yeah. Trump won that state in November, as we all know, but he did it by a very slim margin, which means if Trump is not on the ballot, there has been a history of showing that it starts really swinging towards Democrats in that case. But if that election is April 1st, so if you are in Wisconsin, if you know anybody in Wisconsin, if there is any way, shape, or form you can help with this, everybody's eyes need to be on it. So if you want to know more about that, there is 1, 2, 3 different sources for that. And if I also ran across a decent breakdown of who's paying who for all of this, we'll just throw that one like right up here somewhere. So 4 different sources. This goes into exactly why I hated Citizens United. Allegedly, it means everyone gets a vote, or actually everyone gets a voice, but there seems to be a disproportion of whose voice gets heard once they speak. I don't care whose side it is. Citizens United needs to be overturned. So, moving on. Let's see. In victories and defeats from the last week, Alabama special primary for Alabama State Senate District 5. That primary ended, and Ryan Cagle is your Democrat going forward for that next election on June 24th. This next one is a bit of good news, bad news. Bad news, Iowa special election for Iowa House of Representatives District 100, 52-48. It went toward the Republican. But Trump won it by 27 points, which means we have seen a significant 20-point swing towards being more even. So when Trump is not on the ballot, you have really big swings towards Democrats. So this is why we should not just lose hope when Trump has won something. Another source right there. Arizona, Tucson special election, March 11th. The city of Tucson voters on March 11th chose not to approve Proposition 414, a ballot measure that would have created a new temporary half-cent sales tax for the next 10 years to fund public safety and community resiliency investments. So that didn't pass. Victory, we have Minnesota's special general election for Minnesota State House 40B. We've been talking about this one the last number of episodes. We are now back to a 67-67 tie in the House there. So even though Republicans have been intensely screwing with this election, it finally happened and it went exactly as we wanted it to. David Gottfried won, and that's a victory for the Dem side. You guys have heard me talk about that Dickinson, North Dakota recall election last number of episodes. Well, Mr. Friedrich is staying on. The other guy who was challenging him somehow did not get himself on the ballot and just decided to be a write-in candidate. That was not a good idea, and it showed pretty heavily because it was hilarious how badly the recall did not go in their favor. Legislators in the state are trying to make it harder to do recall elections in the first place, and this is why I kind of wanted to keep an eye on this recall election. Instead of just finding a petition, everyone sign it, saying we all want this guy taken out. What they want to do now is change the rules to have not just one petition, but 15 different petitions, and each one with 35% of previous elections participants, a replacement candidate already required, and a state reason for the removal of that elected official. And the biggest change here, which is the one I want to draw attention to, is that it wants to have the allowance of city auditors to cancel a recall election if they feel it's necessary. Who are these city auditors? I don't know. But I don't want this thing to pass, and then other states and towns nearby to say, hey, look what's going on over there. We should do that here. How about no? How about no? If you don't know how to recall your elected officials, you should look that up. And definitely have that on the back burner if need be. But getting into the meat and potatoes of my usual here, let's start getting into upcoming stuff. Florida. April 1st, you have the following. You have municipal elections. Special general election for U.S. House Florida District 1, April 1st, the one we talked about. Special election for U.S. House Florida District 6, again, what we talked about earlier. Special election primary for Florida House of Representatives District 3. That's the Florida House, not the federal. Special primary election for Florida House District 32. Special primary for Florida State Senate District 19. On April 8th in Florida, we have municipal general election. And April 15th, we have a special election for mayor for McIntosh. Moving on to Oklahoma. Yeah, this is another one of those I've been talking about for a while now. You might remember Oklahoma has completely foobarred their education back there. And if you are living in Oklahoma and you want to make a difference, April 1st is your day, because you have a bunch of general elections across the state for various education districts. Banner, Deer Creek, Edmond, Jones, McLeod, Millwood, Moore, Piedmont, Tulsa, Yukon, Oklahoma City. So if you want to unfoobar your education system, now is your chance. You also have a special general for Oklahoma County District Commission 1, special primary for Oklahoma House of Representatives District 71 and 74, and you have a special primary runoff for Oklahoma State Senate District 8. Everything I just said for Oklahoma is on April 1st. Delaware, Laurel, general municipal election, March 27th. Newark, municipal general election, April 8th. Dover, general election, April 15th. You have Alaska, April 1st, you have a general election and a school district general election there. South Carolina, special election for town council in Chiraw, March 18th. March 25th, you have special local elections and a House of Representatives District 113 election. Special municipal general election, April 1st. Also with a special election primary for House of Representatives District 50, April 1st. And local elections in South Carolina also April 8th. So if you're in South Carolina, you have a very busy 30 days ahead of you. Louisiana, statewide primary, March 29th. Mississippi, House of Representatives, District 23, March 25th. Mississippi House of Representatives District 82, March 25th. And Jackson, primary election April 1st. And finally for Mississippi, State Senate District 18, special election April 15th. California, special general election for Fresno City Council District 5 for March 18th. San Diego, County Board of Supervisors District 1, special election April 8th. San Jose City Council District 3, special general election April 8th. On April 15th, Irvine's special election City Council, and Oakland, you have a special election mayor and City Council for April 15th as well. Moving on to Maine, Farmington, Franklin County, municipal and school board election March 24th, and a special election for school board March 24th as well. Turner, and municipal election April 11th. North Berwick, York County, municipal election April 12th. Alabama, Tuscaloosa City Schools general runoff election April 1st. In Alabama still, special primary runoff for Alabama State Senate District 5 on April 8th. Georgia, local special elections March 18th. Bowman, recall election April 8th. Oregon, March 20th. You have a bunch of school district stuff, just like those previous ones here. Salem-Keizer, public schools general election. Scappoose, school district general election. Reynolds school district general election. Portland Public Schools Zone 1. Portland Public Schools general election. Park Rose school district position 3. Park Rose school district. David Douglas school district. Centennial school district. Beaverton School District, and Washakie Rural Improvement and Service District general elections. Wisconsin, other than the obvious, we have Middleton Cross Plains Area School District Area 4 special general election, April 1st. Milwaukee Common Council District 3 special general election, April 1st. Sun Prairie Area School District special, April 1st. Statewide spring general election, April 1st. New York City Council District 44, March 25th. Colorado Springs general election, April 1st. Pennsylvania House of Representatives District 35, March 25th. And a State Senate District 36, also March 25th in Pennsylvania. Illinois statewide municipal general election, April 1st. And a District U46 general election, April 1st. Nebraska Omaha primary election, April 1st. Lincoln, Nebraska primary election, April 8th. Lincoln Public Schools primary, April 8th. Kansas Hayesville Unified School District 261 special ballot measure election, April 8th. We'll talk about that one more next week. In Minnesota, special local elections around April 8th as well. Missouri, you have a whole bunch of stuff as well. Hickman Mills C1 School District general election, April 8th. Jefferson City general election. Kansas City general election. Kansas City Public Schools general election. North Kansas City Schools general election. Platte County R-3 School District general election. Raytown C-2 School District general election. St. Joseph School District general election. St. Louis general election. St. Louis Public Schools general election. Everything I just said for Missouri, April 8th. Busy day. Massachusetts House of Representatives 6th Essex District Special Primary Election, April 15th. New Jersey Newark Public Schools general election, April 15th, not 20th. Okay, that's the end of this one. A lot going on. If you happen to know something different than me, know something that I should know about, and something that you'd like everyone else to know about, just leave a comment and I will read it and I'll throw it in the next video. Other than that, I'll see you out there.